Dengar ke? Testing, testing, satu, dua. Okay, dengar Ada 5 orang baru masuk. Kita tunggu banyak sikit masuk, nanti kita start insyaAllah. um, Tak ramai masuk malam ni, tak apa. Kita boleh sembang santai-santai kalau tak ramai. Kalau ada yang first time, macam biasa kita akan buat sama-sama Iman. No problem. Oh ya, kalau you guys selalu follow I punya Instagram semua, you guys know my Instagram, you guys tahu I punya email, you guys boleh send me email and ask me anything. InsyaAllah kalau boleh I jawab. Okay, kalau dalam kalau I sempat jawab, I jawab. Macam hari tu Iman ada hantar I dia punya mapping GBP USD. Lepas tu I ada reply kat situ. Alright, if you guys need to know anything, just you can try to email me or DM I dekat Instagram, dekat Telegram. InsyaAllah I akan jawab. Hari ni baru 7 orang. Kita nak tengok. Banyak juga yang hantar email untuk join webinar malam ni. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tak banyak lah, ada 15. Sepatutnya malam ni ada 15 participant. Tapi maybe akan just 9-10 orang yang akan join malam ni insyaAllah. Before kita start, siapa yang first time? Ada yang first time tak dalam ni? First time join webinar Wednesday? Ada tak yang first time? Kalau tak ada, kita nak sembang santai malam ni. Sembang lek-lek. Tok pun tengah tak ada suara sangat ni tengah. Tak apa, sihat. Tadi ada news orang yang hantar email. Okay. Siapa yang ada yang first time ke malam ni? Anyone that is a first timer here on webinar Wednesday? Because kalau ada yang first time, I nak ulang topik 1 I nak ulang trend mastery, because benda tu yang memang kita selalu buat dekat webinar Wednesday. Ada tak siapa-siapa yang first time? Kumares first time ke? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Join last week also. Okay, then tak ada yang first time lah. Nazahan, Muhammad Arif, Iman Hafiz, Daifly, Ahmad Muzakir. Okay, so malam ni tak banyak sangat, tak ramai sangat. It's okay, kita buat santai je. So since malam ni kita tak ada first timer, for the first time selepas dah berapa bulan dah kita buat ni? Sebulan, 2 bulan. I rasa dah almost 2 months and a half kita buat every Wednesday, webinar Wednesday. First time untuk malam ni yang tak ada orang first time join. So semua orang dalam ni yang dah biasa dengan Tenang FX, semua orang dah biasa cara I buat webinar. And last week I ada cakap minggu ni kita nak sembang sikit pasal trading journal. Betul tak? I ada mention pasal trading journal kan. Trading journal is sangat-sangat penting lah untuk kita trading journal. Trading journal ni sangat-sangat penting untuk trader, especially yang baru. Okay, for me, kalau you guys tanya I trader baru tu macam mana, what does it mean by trader baru? It means that kalau you are still not making profit consistently, okay, it means that you are a new trader. Okay, because the term trader itself must come with a package. Alright. Because trader ni, okay, you tahu kan, kalau macam sorry, sekejap minum air sikit. Okay, you tahu kan, kalau macam dekat Malaysia ni, especially trader kat Malaysia, Kalau dekat social media, kalau dekat internet kan, bila orang cakap, especially orang yang tak tahu apa-apa pasal forex lah, dia orang akan cakap, oh I rasa I nak main forex lah. Trader kita akan trigger, betul tak? Kita akan marah. Kita akan cakap, mana ada main forex, you know, it's trading. It's a, because trading is supposed to be a trading have its own industry, okay? Dia ada industri dia sendiri. In fact, industri yang paling besar, kalau you guys nak tanya I, because a transaction, full transaction of $1 trillion a day that can happen just from buying and selling of a different currency, different assets in the financial markets, okay? It doesn't matter sama ada kita jual beli currency ataupun kita jual beli bond, kita jual beli stocks, kita jual beli indices. Alright, so trading itself is a very serious thing, okay? It's not benda main-main. So bila if you want to be a trader, we have to be like a kita harus jadi trader yang serious lah. Alright, kita harus jadi trader yang serious, and one of the thing that comes with the serious trader is trading journal, okay? So trading journal ni akan membantu trader untuk buat untuk konsisten dia orang punya analisa. Okay, siapa yang baru masuk tu, selamat datang ke webinar Wednesday. Fik ni first time ke? Bukan first time. Siapa yang baru masuk first time, tolong bagi tahu sebab kalau ada yang first time tu akan ajar chapter 1. Kalau tak ada, kita nak sembang-sembang santai je. Alright. Okay, so trading journal. How to do trading journal? For me, it's very simple. Kalau siapa yang pernah ambil personal coaching dengan Tok Wan akan cakap benda yang sama. You guys tahu setiap Isnin I ada buat Mapping Monday, betul tak? So Mapping Monday, setiap Isnin I buat Mapping Monday. Mapping Monday ni is salah satu contoh macam mana kita analisa from top to bottom fully. Okay? So kenapa kita analisa setiap hari Isnin? Kenapa Tok buat Mapping Monday tu setiap hari Isnin? Sebab Isnin ni adalah pembuka minggu. Jadi tak kira kalau kita baru masuk bulan baru ke, kalau kita dah hujung-hujung bulan ke, Isnin ni adalah first week of trading day dalam setiap minggu. So bila weekly candle baru close last week, hari Isnin tu kita akan nampak a lot of information from previous week. So kita boleh scope apa market punya pergerakan daripada monthly ke weekly pada setiap hari Isnin. Okay, sebab weekly minggu lepas baru close hari Jumaat. So Isnin tu bila kita buka, kita akan nampak some information lah. Okay, so that's why kita buka hari Isnin. And Isnin ni hari yang paling awal, hari yang pertama, usually kita tak trade. Okay, kita tak trade. And hari Isnin kita analisa sahaja untuk apa akan datang dalam masa minggu tu. Okay, so hari Isnin tu dah bagi satu pair yang free dah untuk analisa, which is anything lah. Minggu tu kalau Tok punya mood nak analisa gold, Tok analisa gold. Kalau nak buat DJ, buat DJ kan. This week Tok buat DJ, betul tak? Nak buat pair-pair lain pun Tok ada buat je. So every minggu Tok akan buat different pair. So Tok dah ada satu pair yang Tok bagi dekat semua orang untuk tengok, untuk analisa sama-sama. Itu yang pertama. So what you need to have is, setiap minggu you perlu ada 3 pair sahaja. Okay, you kena ada 3 pair sahaja. So 3 pair yang you biasalah, maknanya you target untuk minggu ni, aku nak masuk 3 pair ni. So setiap hari Isnin you buat sahaja analisa 3 pair daripada monthly sampai H1. Okay, so satu pair you dah dapat free dah daripada Mapping Monday. Okay, so tengok video Mapping Monday, please watch Mapping Monday. Tanda level-level yang I dah tanda, so that you can use that certain levels untuk untuk assist you punya trading decision bila you nak masuk entry ataupun untuk masuk buy ataupun sell. Alright, so you ada 3 pair. Okay, you cari, katalah you ambil gold satu, recommend 3 pair. Tak kisah apa-apa, asalkan yang you biasa. Kalau you tak biasa pun, make sure you analisa daripada monthly sampai H1. Okay, so kalau you tanya I recommend 3 pairs, I punya favourite pair ialah gold, GJ dengan UJ. Okay, ini pair yang I selalu trade lah. Okay, tapi kalau 3 pair ni I tak jumpa setup, I akan cari pair lain. So please do not limit yourself to only 3 pairs that you think it is in your hand. Okay, remember, there's no such thing as the market is in my hand. No such thing as that. Doesn't matter if you are so good in trading, there's no such thing as the market is in my hand. Because why? The moment our ego is not keep in check, the market will humble you. Okay, the market will humble you by how? By hitting SL, you know, by kena MC. Alright, so please, if you want to be a professional trader, if you want to make trading as your career, please start acting like one. Okay, so ingat so first step, hari Isnin cari 3 pair untuk you guys analisa daripada monthly sampai H1. Alright, so you guys dah dapat 1 pair daripada Mapping Monday, betul tak? So you guys tinggal nak cari lagi 2 pair. So just buat je, okay? Buat je 2 pair extra, 2 pairs, cari, buat analisa. And you guys bukan nak cari entry tau, you guys analisa dahulu. Macam mana yang I analisa dekat Mapping Monday, tengok macam mana flow I tak cakap I nak make entry here, tak. I hanya analisa saja apa pergerakan market so far untuk hari Isnin tu. Okay, lepas dah ada movement baru kita buat decision. Okay, ni dah ada breakout, kita nak entry waktu retest ataupun lepas pullback or what not. Okay, so that's another different story. So you dah buat analisa 3 pair, and after that what you want to do, bila dah buat analisa 3 pair, alright, bila dah buat analisa 3 pair, you cari apa ni peluang untuk entry dalam minggu tu. Maknanya hari Isnin kita dah buat analisa, betul tak? Selasa, Rabu, Khamis, Jumaat tu kita ada 4 hari untuk cari peluang untuk masuk entry, sama ada buy ataupun sell, berdasarkan analisa yang kita dah buat hari Isnin tu. Okay, so you dah cari 3 pair, you dah buat analisa. What you have to do right now is just to monitor 3 pair ni je. And macam mana cara nak monitor? Siapa tahu cara yang paling sesuai untuk monitor? Adakah siapa boleh tulis, siapa bagi tahu, siapa tahu macam mana cara nak monitor yang sesuai? Macam mana cara nak monitor dengan tenang? Macam mana nak trade dengan tenang bila kita dah buat analisa ni? Siapa tahu? Usually apa you guys buat? Okay, you guys semua here trader, betul tak? Sama ada you guys trade, you guys baru trade ataupun you guys dah lama trade. All of you guys are here, pernah masuk MT4, pernah trade, pernah masuk, tak kira lah demo ke real ke, tak kisah. You guys know how to trade, betul tak? You guys pernah masuk entry dekat MT4. So I nak tanya you guys, apa you punya flow bila you guys trade? Tell me. Siapa yang boleh jawab? Macam mana cara you guys trade? And let me comment on your flow, so that kita sama-sama boleh betulkan mana yang silap, and kita tengok macam mana cara nak optimize analisa kita yang kita buat setiap Isnin tu. Macam mana you guys buat? Tak ada siapa nak jawab. Okay, macam ni selalunya. Okay, please tell me if this is, benda ni jadi dekat korang Selalunya what new traders will do is diorang akan buka MT4. Okay, diorang akan tengok sebelah mata, and then diorang buka daily, betul tak? Ni mesti punya. Okay, you guys akan buka daily, you guys tengok, oh daily ni nak sampai tak dengan resistance ataupun nak sampai tak dengan support. Okay, lepas tu you guys cari key level berdekatan, oh ni boleh ni buy atau sell. Lepas tu korang masuk instant, ataupun you guys sell limit atau buy limit dekat berdasarkan daily punya apa yang you guys nampak. Ataupun ada juga new traders yang buka MT4 terus masuk. Okay, buka MT4 terus masuk. Siapa golongan yang buka MT4 terus masuk ni, sama ada dia main judi ataupun dia ikut signal orang. Okay. Dia buka Telegram dulu, dia nampak, oh ni signal buy DJ sini. Okay, dia buka MT4, lepas tu dia terus masuk, buka sell limit, buy limit ataupun instant. Okay, so that is not the right way. Okay, please I nak bagi tahu you guys, banyak kali dah bagi tahu ni. Kalau you guys nak trade dengan betul, kalau you guys nak betul-betul buat career dengan trading, you guys kena stop following signals. Okay, signal ni I believe memang ada banyak signal channel dekat luar sana yang betul, yang bagus lah, yang memang bagi pips banyak apa semua. And it's good for them because they are making money from their trading and also their signal services that where you guys subscribe. Okay, tetapi there's nothing good coming for you guys. Alright, kalau you guys subscribe channel signal, siapa yang ikhlas kat sini bagi tahu siapa yang masih follow signal. Jangan tak payah malu-malu kat sini kita semua tengah belajar. Semua yang masuk webinar Top 1 semua tengah belajar lagi. So don't worry. Tell me, siapa, jangan malu, siapa kat sini yang masih follow signal. Okay, sometimes. Okay, there's nothing wrong with following signals. Tapi if you guys want to grow in trading, you guys will not grow when you follow signals. Kenapa? Because bila you follow signal, katalah you ada your own analisa, katalah you dah belajar dengan satu guru ni, satu teknik apa benda semua kan, and you nak test tau you punya teknik, kemudian you follow signal orang. Okay, maknanya you, okay bukan, you analisa dulu, you analisa semua bla 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 bla, and then you dah cakap okay, buyers aku buy, aku rasa kat sini dalam minggu ni aku boleh buy this pair. Okay, kemudian tiba-tiba ada satu signal yang you follow menunjukkan signal yang sama. Dia kata, oh, this pair dekat sekian kita boleh buy. And lepas tu you terus rasa, oh nice, maknanya analisa aku betul. It's bagus, analisa aku betul and aku boleh buat something lah. Betul tak? Siapa yang pernah rasa benda ni? Please tell me, don't lie. Because kita menggunakan signal tu untuk menyedapkan diri ataupun to consolidate our feelings that related to, yes, exactly. Because okay, I bagi tahu ni because it came from my experience as a trader. I pun pernah macam you guys dulu. 7 years ago waktu I tengah dekat college, I belajar trading. I sama je macam you guys. Okay, I buka signal orang, tapi I belajar juga from teknik seorang ni, and then I buka signal untuk macam, oh, kalau aku follow signal ni sama dengan analisa aku and kita rasa macam, oh okay, I'm improving. Okay, signal ni aku sama macam signal orang ni power. And benda tu is just something yang will not give you anything. Okay, so why signal is not good? Okay, kenapa signal ni tak bagus? Sebab bila signal tu betul, mengikut analisa you cakap you power, you akan cakap, oh aku dah power, aku dah bagus, maknanya aku kena aku dah dapat something, there's something, I'm almost there. Aku tak buat duit lagi tapi my knowledge is there, I'm almost there. Betul tak? Tapi bila signal tu salah, tapi korang ada different opinion, signal tu kata buy tapi korang kata sell, lepas tu macam analisa aku ni sell lah, tapi Muhammad ni cakap buy, and then you masuk buy. Okay, bila dia punya buy tu salah, lagilah you rasa you betul. Aku dah agak dah, analisa aku betul, kenapa aku follow dia? Tapi you still follow signal. Betul tak? Katalah analisa dia buy and then analisa you sell, lepas tu you masuk sell. Okay, you masuk sell, tiba-tiba yang jadinya buy. Terbalik, you follow analisa you tapi signal tu betul, and then you akan dekat situ, dia akan jadi efek yang lagi teruk. You akan rasa macam, oh maknanya all this while aku salah. Okay, you akan rasa all this while analisa aku salah, because bila aku follow signal orang ni, dia je yang betul. You will be, okay, trust me, you will lost. Tak kira you belajar daripada you belajar trading daripada Sangoku ke, daripada Naruto ke, kalau diorang ni out of this world pun, you will not improve in your trading because you doesn't stick to your analysis. Okay, you have your own analysis, you should stick to your analysis, and when your analysis is wrong, you should find out what is wrong. Let me tell you something. Dira pernah cakap dalam Insta story dia cakap trading is personal. Okay, there's no right and wrong in trading. Benda ni is very simple tau, but it's actually so much level of deep understandings as a trader. Because dalam situasi yang I bagi example tadi, example A, B dengan C, dalam situasi tersebut, you guys tak salah, dia orang tak salah. Okay, orang yang bagi signal tu tak salah, you guys pun tak salah. Because trading is personal. orang tu dia masuk buy berdasarkan apa yang dia nampak, memberi reason dan understanding dan decision yang mengatakan buy. You nampak dia sell berdasarkan reason and understanding you. Mungkin buy dia adalah buy daily. Dia buy daily, dia kata kalau ni float sikit pun dia akan pancut. Maybe you kata sell tu berdasarkan you punya H1. You kata oh ni kena sell ni tapi dia buy. And then dia sell sekejap, kemudian dia naik pancut buy. Okay? Because kita ada different time frame tau. Kita ada time frame monthly, weekly, daily, H4, H1. Semua signal yang you guys dapat daripada channel tu, please tell me which signal yang bagi tahu signal ni datang daripada H1, signal ni datang daripada H4. Siapa yang bagi tahu? Tak ada. They only tell you levels so that they can give you an SL and also TP based on their analysis on what time frame. Betul tak? So some situations, even though you are losing money through the signal, kalau maybe dekat that position analisa you betul, analisa dia pun betul. Dia sell sekejap boleh, and then dia buy sekejap pun boleh. Alright, so this is why signal is bad for you. And sebab itulah kenapa banyak kali, sangat-sangat banyak kali I bagi tahu dekat my students, dekat Instagram, dekat my videos, I cakap I takkan bagi signal kat orang. I takkan buat channel signal because signal ni takkan membantu pun. But I will give you mapping Monday so that you can make your own decision to trade. Okay? So kalau you dalam dunia trading ni, kalau you dah start nak jadi serious dalam trading, you rasa should you follow a signal channel or would you rather find your own analysis? Okay? And to find your own analysis ni susah kalau orang yang baru, sebab tutup bagi mapping Monday. Untuk orang-orang yang baru boleh refer, oh macam ni kenapa level-level ni ditanda. Okay, you guys boleh decipher my video from mapping Monday and find a reason to get an entry. Alright? Jap. Asal ni tiba-tiba hello, testing. Dengar tak? Hello? Dia terkeluar kan? Tiba-tiba terkeluar. Sekarang dengar ke suara? Hello? Testing. Boleh dengar ke? Okay, dengar Kenapa? Tiba-tiba terkeluar, tak tahu. Okay. Boleh Boleh dengar Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so where were we? Pasal signal. Okay. So, untuk sambung So, signal ni takkan membantu, and what you guys can do is just tengok mapping Monday and find your own analysis so that you will learn how to entry based on your own analysis. Okay? So, again, Dira cakap trading is personal because semua orang tak salah untuk trading, because market ni dia bergerak dalam masa 1 minit 2 minit pun dia boleh bergerak buy dan sell. So practically secara betulnya there's no right and wrong, but it's all about timing. Okay, bila you masuk buy, bila you masuk sell, because market dalam masa 24 jam dia bergerak buy dan sell. Okay, so if you guys think about this, it's very deep tau. Dia macam practically betul juga. Sebenarnya market memang buy dengan sell 24 jam. So there's nothing wrong if kita seorang ni masuk buy and seorang ni masuk sell. But it's a matter of when. Bila you masuk buy, bila you masuk sell, yang membezakan trader yang berjaya dan juga trader yang tak berjaya. And you have to remember, trading industry, only 10% of traders, retail traders that are making money. Okay, so now we get back to our topic, trading journal. Okay, so how are you going to use trading journal as your as your strategy? Again, kita buat daripada Isnin, kita analisa 3 pair. Okay, kita analisa 3 pair. Kemudian bila kita dah analisa 3 pair tu, kita dah ada level-level tertentu tau. Kita dah nampak, okay, macam Kalau you guys tengok mapping Monday minggu ni, I ada tunjuk yang GJ. I boleh tunjuk balik tengok Okay, tengok GJ Okay, so I ada tunjuk hari tu on Monday. GJ I kata dekat sini dah dekat sini dah lama sideway. Okay, dekat sini dah lama sideway. And kita punya bias monthly, weekly, daily semua menunjukkan buy. And trendline daily ni pun belum lagi break. Okay, so kita nak tunggu masa, betul tak? And I cakap what we can do is kita tunggu in between this sideway punya level ni. Salah satu sideway ni break je, kita boleh start cari peluang untuk buy. So kalau ini dah break, okay tengok ini dah break, and then dia turun balik, dia react dekat trendline. Now dia break lagi. Okay, so maybe dekat sini around this level 133.826, you guys boleh buka buy limit untuk buy. Okay, because menunjukkan yang price ni nampak dah exhausted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dah cuba break. And this level yang sideway ni 1, 2, 3 kali je yang dia sentuh, yang belum lagi dia tak ada any momentum untuk sell. Okay, so bila kita analisa, alright, bila kita analisa daripada from top to bottom, daripada monthly ke daily, monthly ke H1, so you guys akan dapat level-level ni. Okay, level-level ni. So bila kita dah ada analisa 3 pair ni, you guys tak perlu nak mengadap MT4 24 jam tau. Tak perlu. All new traders, what they do is diorang masuk entry, lepas tu bila dah terkena limit ke atau dah terkena PO, diorang akan ngadap phone tu 24 jam yang akan practice mini heart attack. Betul tak? Bila dia tengah float merah, especially bila money management tak jaga, you guys pun akan mini heart attack. Oh, apa hal ni? Ya Allah, tolonglah, kenapa ni, macam mana ni? Macam mana ni? Asyik nak SL dah ni, nak SL lah. Alright? And that is not the right way. Okay, so bila you dah ada this level, you guys ada level-level macam ni, what you guys can do is just right click kat sini, add alert. Okay, add alert on horizontal rate. So bila you add alert, bila price dah nak sampai around that area, baru you buka MT4 and decide nak masuk, nak masuk buy ke nak masuk sell. Okay, ataupun terus buka buy limit kat sini. Bila dah tunjuk ni, dah 4 kali cucuk tak lepas, okay, aku rasa ni kalau dia turun lagi, depan ni dia boleh pancut, dia boleh break. Okay, this plus H4 ni dah 2 kali dah, nampak? Dah 2 kali dia close atas line ni. Sekali, lepas tu dia turun balik. Sekali dah close lah ni. Now kalau dia turun bawah ni sampai 134.480 ni, okay, dah boleh cari peluang buy. Alright, so this is how you trade. You tak tengok menghadap 24 jam. So again, bila you dah ada trading journal, you tulis. Trading journal ni you kena tulis 3 pair tu apa yang you buat. You dah analisa 3 pair. Katalah GJ, Gold, UJ. Kemudian bawa keluar buku, you punya trading journal, you tulis. Katalah dah sampai level, kenapa aku masuk dekat level ni? Katalah you tulis ni 133.826. Why I enter this? Kenapa aku masuk dekat level ni, dekat pair GJ pada hari apa? SL aku kat mana? TP aku dekat mana? Kenapa you guys kena tulis semua benda? Because apabila you guys punya entry tu dia dah habis, maknanya sama ada you guys profit ataupun loss, tak kira lah you guys cut loss awal ke, ataupun you guys kena SL, ataupun dia kena TP, ataupun you guys close awal, you have to write why your decision is like that. Kenapa aku buy kat sini, kenapa aku close kat sini, kenapa aku buy sell kat sini, kenapa aku cut loss kat sini. You have to write tau. Write this down in your book so that you will learn something. Okay, kalau dia profit pun you akan learn. Contoh, kalau kita profit, kita belajar macam mana. Contoh profit, buy. Lepas tu kita dekat kemudian dekat this level kita close. Okay, kita close awal kat sini. Walaupun profit, kita close awal. Tiba-tiba lepas close tu dia jatuh kau kita akan belajar something yang okay. Maknanya if my target is good enough dengan I punya risk reward ratio, I tak perlu tamak pun, boleh close, cari setup lain. Alright, kalau dia loss pun, kata you buy kat sini, you buy tiba-tiba dia break, okay, at least you know Yang you belajar daripada, okay, kat sini aku masuk ni salah. Kenapa salah? Cari pula kenapa salah. Buka balik, tengok daily, tengok weekly. Oh, direction daily dah bertukar daripada buy ke sell. Contoh, okay. So daripada situ, you guys belajar how to actually, apa yang you buat daripada, you akan belajar daripada diri you, faham tak? Okay, in trading there are 2 steps of learning. First, you belajar daripada guru. Okay, you belajar teknik. Tak kira lah you belajar teknik apa-apa pun, I tak kisah. You belajarlah daripada siapa-siapa pun. Every teachers have their own charm. Okay, ada bagusnya. I tak cakap siapa-siapa tak bagus pun. Semua guru bagus. And as long as they are teaching, I respect them that they are teaching you guys trading. Okay, that is one thing. Lepas you dah belajar dengan cikgu you, it's the second phase, second level, which is level yang paling susah, which is belajar dengan diri sendiri. Ini adalah level yang paling lama you guys kena spend. And level inilah yang most teachers takkan boleh ajar you, and most teachers takkan tunjuk you that you are doing the same mistakes. Why? Because you tak ada trading journal. So, untuk belajar dengan diri sendiri, you kena tahu apa betul you, apa silap you. And that's why most of traders, bila diorang dah start trade, bila diorang dah duit banyak sangat loss, okay, sampai MC banyak kali, alright, and then diorang akan give up. Okay, and that's the saddest part, because you guys dah spend so much on learning, on depositing. At the end of the day, you guys stop, and that's where you guys are failing. Okay, a wise man said, there's no such thing as failure until you stop. Okay, so selagi you guys tak stop, you guys tak fail pun, you guys are just in the learning process. Trust the process. If you guys want to be successful, trust the process. It will take so much time, but it's gonna be so much worth it. Okay, it's gonna be so much worth it. And the best learning curve that you guys can learn from is from yourself. Okay, because why? Tak ada cikgu yang boleh mengadap and tunjukkan you 24 jam 365 hari. Tak ada. The only thing that is with you sepanjang seumur hidup you, pergi mana-mana pun, is yourself, your guts and your feelings. So kalau you tak reti nak manifest, kalau you tak reti nak belajar macam mana menggunakan kesilapan dan kesilapan diri you, macam mana nak belajar daripada kesilapan diri you, macam mana nak belajar daripada diri you bila you betul, you will not go far. Okay, because it will take process to actually be better at trading. So that's how you do it. You dah ada you dah hari Isnin you dah buat analisis, and then tulis 3 analisis ni dalam buku, dalam trading trading view you dah tulis dah macam ni, you dah buat dah, you dah mark semua level. And bila you nak entry, you tulis dekat buku you trading journal. Okay, tulis aku entry dekat sini based on time frame berapa, kenapa aku buy kat sini, SL aku kat mana, TP aku dekat mana. And bila you dah ada benda ni selama, tak payah lama lah, I bagi tahu you, kalau you buat benda ni consistently, seminggu 3 pair, you buat 3 bulan, you will learn so many things yang you tak pernah belajar before ni. Because why? Sebelum ni bila you lost, okay, bila you lost, apa yang you belajar? Alah, patutnya aku buka kecil sikit lah. Itu je. Because all this time you entry, you tak follow Okay. And bila you follow pun, bila you lost, at that moment you akan rasa barai lah. You akan cakap, alamak, asal aku lost macam ni kan. But esok lusa, you akan buat the same mistakes all over again. Because why? You tak nampak. You tak nampak kat mana silap you. You just keep on repeating the same mistakes. Only orang gila je yang expect benda akan berubah dengan cara yang sama. No, you have to change. Okay. And benda ni is going to be so hard for you guys untuk buat trading journal. Trust me, bukan semua orang boleh buat trading journal ni tau. Okay, some people dia orang akan rasa macam alah skema lah, nak tulis buku apa semua. Alright. But trust me, kalau you guys follow, just buat trading journal ni, just swallow your ego and do the trading journal, you will learn so many things yang you takkan sangka pun. Okay, because you are learning from yourself. Okay guys, kita ada seminit lagi. Lagi seminit kita akan sambung dekat second link Sekarang link yang first nak expired dah. And then kita akan sambung kat second link, insyaAllah. So I tak habis lagi, I tak habis nak beletih pasal trading journal ni, because it is very very important. Okay, sangat-sangat penting. And benda ni membantu akan membantu trader sangat-sangat. Dia membantu I because I pun dulu ego. I ni jenis yang tak suka tulis. I'm that kind of guy yang a very rebellious person. But once I make my own trading journal, it changed my life. Okay, so I'll see you guys dekat next link Alright, bye. Sambung dekat second link. Kita dah nak habis ni. Tadi ada berapa orang total? Perasan tak? I tak perasan lah tengok ni. Tunggu semua orang masuk pasal kita start. Allahu Akbar. Okay, semua dah masuk 13 Sekarang ada berapa? Ada video ni Tok record. InsyaAllah nanti Tok akan upload dekat YouTube, tapi private link sorry, link unlisted lah. Siapa nak tengok nanti boleh minta Tok akan bagi. Okay, webinar Wednesday Tok tak buat public sebab bagi Tok nanti orang malas nak join webinar Wednesday, dia orang tunggu video je. Okay, webinar Wednesday ni I rasa yang rajin akan dapat a lot of things from webinar Wednesday. So that's why I tak buat public. I bagi dekat orang yang minta sahaja. Okay, kalau diorang tak join webinar Wednesday pun I bagi, tapi asalkan diorang kena minta. Because for me benda ni is just my way of filtering good students. Okay, sebab some student they just, as long as ada content, diorang akan macam oh okay, yang ni ada content, nanti dia buka, bila aku nak belajar aku buka lah. Alright, but at the end of the day, bila kita bagi macam-macam ilmu, some people they wouldn't appreciate much, and at the end of the day diorang tak study pun, diorang tak amal pun dia ilmu semua. So it's kinda rugi lah. So that's why this is my way of filtering good students. And for those of you yang sentiasa follow webinar Wednesday Top 1, I just want to let you guys know that I recognize your name. Okay, I recognize your name, Diefly, Fik, Hassan Halim, Iman Hafiz. You guys selalu dalam I punya webinar, and I recognize you guys, and I really wish that one day your trading journey is going to be so much smoother, and insyaAllah you get better and become a successful trader. Okay, and this is how I filter those yang rajin, even though diorang tak ada duit pun nak join my class. And insyaAllah mana yang senang, mana yang boleh Tok tolong, mana yang tanya dekat email dan sebagainya, Tok akan jawab insyaAllah. Okay, okay, trading journal continue I sambung. Okay, trading journal, one thing about trading journal is, salah satu benda yang Tok bagi tahu dekat student is, pergi kedai buku yang mahal, MPH ke Kinokuniya ke, okay, cari notebook yang premium. Maknanya notebook tu jenis yang very small one, tak adalah small sangat, small one that you can carry. Kertas dia mahal, kertas dia cantik, tebal, and practically notebook tu yang premium lah, notebook yang cantik, notebook yang mahal. Janganlah pergi beli buku 35 pula kan. Ataupun beli buku latihan sekolah yang 50 sen tu kan. Please lah, don't. Okay. Kenapa benda ni penting? It's very benda ni dia sebenarnya nampak macam very simple, tapi dia sangat-sangat penting. Because why? Kalau you tulis your note tu dekat buku note you yang mahal apa semua, you akan jaga tau. Okay, you akan jaga, you always keep it with yourself, and you akan ada mood untuk tulis entry you. You akan tulis, you akan jaga, and you always selak. You akan tengok balik apa yang you pernah buat selama ni. Okay, imagine I cakap seminggu you buat 3 pair. Okay, dalam masa sebulan you ada 12 pair. Sebulan tau, you ada 12 pair. And 12 pair ni you guys kena entry tau. Kena entry satu pair satu kali je. Maknanya seminggu you masuk 3, sebenarnya seminggu you masuk 3 entry je. You tak perlu banyak-banyak entry pun. And again, I bagi tahu banyak kali dekat student-student I, seminggu kalau kita dapat 100 pip dah cukup dah untuk new traders. Okay, dah sangat-sangat cukup dah. Orang baru belajar, kalau diorang dapat 40 pip sendiri, diorang akan rasa power gila babi lah. Macam, oi gila bapak aku buat 40 pip. Alright. But what you guys can do is to target yourself, seminggu buat 100 pip. Dah dapat 100 pip, tutup. Okay, tutup MP4, tutup PC, tutup everything. Just enjoy your life and with your loved ones or whatnot. Because you are learning to be a consistent trader. So kalau you buat seminggu 100 pip, alright, kalau you buat seminggu 100 pip and you are only risking 10% of your account, which means satu minggu, kalau tak payahlah 10% lah, 5%, which is a very good 5% je. Okay, so kalau 100 pip you buat 5% risk, you are gaining 5% every week tau. Okay, 5% every week. Katalah SL you 100 pip, katalah SL you 100 pip, TP you 100 pip. Okay, you are gaining 5%. You are growing 5% of your account. Remember, trading is not a trading is not a Allah benda ni. Sekejap Okay, trading is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Okay, so kalau you can grow 5% weekly, sebulan you dah buat 20% tau. And it's not about the USD. So kalau account you $100 pun, seminggu you buat 5%, which is $5. Sebulan you buat 20%, which is $20. $20 times 4 is apa ni, RM80, RM90. Alright, RM90. So what? It's about the percentage. If you can consistently grow your account 10% a month, is actually so good already. Because why? You imagine ASB setahun 7% je dia bagi dekat dividen orang. Okay, you ambil that as an example. ASB satu tahun 7% saja dia bagi dividen. So kalau you boleh buat trading seminggu 5%, that is super good already. Okay, so you ada buku nota yang mahal, yang you sayang, yang you simpan, you jaga. So imagine you ada 3 pair seminggu, sebulan you ada 12 pair. Okay, so 12 pair ni dalam masa 3 bulan you ada 36 jenis setup, 36 jenis pair, 36 jenis entry yang you boleh revise. Alright, you boleh revise. Kalau you nak lukis, you lukis. Okay, line chart waktu aku masuk tu macam ni bentuk dia. Aku masuk kat sini, aku sell kat sini, aku TP kat sini, SL kat sini, whatever you tulis. And then when you are in the future, bila you nak masuk entry lain, kalau ada certain setup yang sama, almost sama dengan apa yang you pernah masuk dulu, you can just flip your books. Okay, flip your book and tengok, setup ni macam setup yang bulan lepas, you tengok bulan lepas, apa yang you buat, you profit ke you loss. Kalau you profit, fine. Apa the same criteria that you can do to make this, apa ni yang you nak masuk ni dalam the same, within the same variables. Kalau you lost and then you find apa you salah you and try to improve it. Okay, and for those of you yang cakap dekat I, I tak ada duit lagi nak deposit, macam mana I nak buat trading journal. Okay, benda ni I cakap banyak kali kat you guys dah. Siapa yang dah selalu dengar, tolong pakai demo account. Okay, pakailah demo account. tak ada masalah pun. There's no such, tak ada bukannya dosa pun kalau kita nak pakai demo account. Demo account ni sebenarnya sangat-sangat membantu. In fact, what you guys should do is to consistently trade on demo account selama 3 bulan tanpa guna duit sendiri. Jangan tolonglah, janganlah deposit. Kalau if you guys think that you guys are still learning, please do not deposit. Just stick to your demo account, trade until you get so good, and then once you get a real account, you'll be so much better and ahead of everyone else. Okay, can you guys imagine semua duit-duit yang you guys dah deposit, yang dah MC, semua duit yang dah MC, semualah yang you guys pinjam ke, yang datang daripada poket sendiri ke, daripada PTPTN ke. Can you imagine all the money that you guys have spent on depositing? If you guys nak bayar kelas yang paling mahal dekat Malaysia pun dah boleh dah. Okay, try to think that for a brief moment. Kalau you guys nak belajar dekat kelas yang paling mahal kat Malaysia ni pun maybe dah boleh dah. You dah bayar dah satu kelas tu, and after you get from that class, okay, tak kisahlah bukan kelas I je, kelas apa-siapa pun. Okay, once you get something from that class, the ilmu, and then you can just amal je. Ilmu you dapat, you kena amal. Kalau you ada ilmu, you tak amal, ilmu tu dia jadi hampa. Sebab tu you tak dapat rahmat, you tak dapat buah daripada ilmu tu. Okay, so ilmu you kena amal. Dah dapat ilmu, you amal tu dekat mana? Dekat demo account. Alright, so bukannya bila kita dah dapat ilmu kita terus masuk real account because kita nak result cepat. Betul tak? Kita nak cover loss lah, apalah. Oh, aku dulu dah spend banyak gila dekat ni, aku dah loss. Sekarang aku dah masuk dekat satu teknik yang power ni, aku nak belajar cepat-cepat, aku nak deposit, lepas tu aku nak cover semua loss aku. Betul tak? This is what most people think. Okay, and please don't lie to yourself. This thing happens to me as well. I pernah jadi dekat situasi yang sama macam you guys dulu. Alright. So that is how you do it. Buka demo account and just practice. Okay, practice until demo account you grow. And for those of you yang cakap tu tak feeling trade demo account, benda ni memang I selalu dengar cerita dia. Tu tak feeling demo account. Alright, kalau you guys kenal Zuli Razak from XM, dia is a very powerful fundamental teacher dekat Malaysia ni. Dia kata kalau nak feeling pergi main kucing. You guys tahu tak Zuli Razak daripada XM? Dia selalu buat webinar on fundamental dia power gila. Okay, he's one of the guy yang I look up to lah, because dia memang power fundamental. Alright, belajar fundamental dengan dia. It's not it's good that you guys have certain people that you guys want to look up to. Okay, macam I look up to people. Kita ni semua manusia sama je, you know. Do not get so egoistical, and just be humble and learn from everyone. In fact, I myself is learning every day. Okay, I learn from you guys, I learn from different teachers. Alright. we all are a student in this life. One process that will never stop sampai kita mati ialah belajar. So don't be afraid, jangan malu-malu, belajar. Okay. And again I cakap, just to quote Zuli Razak, dia kata kalau nak feeling pergi main kucing. Okay, kenapa? Because bila you pakai demo account, salah satu cara untuk pakai demo account ialah you guys kena anggap demo account you macam real. Okay, so kalau demo account you tu boleh deposit minimum 5,000 USD, itu paling kecil. Okay, demo account kan 5,000 USD. So what you guys can do is buka buka trading lot yang bersama lah. Maknanya kalau 5,000 USD, paling besar you buka 50 sen ataupun 20 sen. Faham? So you janganlah ada account 5,000 USD and then you buka $10 ataupun $1, $2, and then kalau macam tu you tak akan belajar. You will not learn anything from it. Okay, because you akan rasa macam alah ni demo account je. Padahal waktu you guna demo account tu lah you nak ambil kesempatan, ambil peluang untuk menggunakan that thing sebagai your apa orang cakap, time to practice. Okay, so you anggap demo account ni macam real, and then you buat betul-betul. Okay, ada trading journal, you dah ada entry you yang you dah tanda, kemudian you dah ada tulis, okay, aku nak masuk kat sini, lot berapa dan sebagainya, and practice that for 3 months. You will see so many things on a different level yang you tak pernah nampak sebelum ni. Kenapa? I give you my word for this. Kalau you buat trading journal, you akan belajar so much because you will learn from yourself. Again, I want to remind you guys, learning from yourself is so much better, so much you will get so much understanding and clearer decision from you learning from someone else. Okay, remember dalam trading ada 2 stage. First stage you belajar dengan cikgu. Second stage, which is the hardest stage, is you belajar from yourself. You nak belajar daripada kesilapan you nak belajar daripada skill you. Okay, so when you learn from the mistakes that you make in demo account, kemudian in real account, you will easily gain so much advantage ahead of everyone. Okay, sekejap tengok je. Malam ni ada berapa orang? 12 orang, tak ramai. Okay, if you guys want to know something, semua orang kenal Dira, betul tak? Okay, semua orang kenal Dira. This is some information that I get from a very reliable reliable source. Okay, from one of my trading friends that actually know certain people. Okay, kalau you guys follow Dira dah lama, kalau you guys tahu pasal Dira, dia dalam trading scene ni, dia macam tiba-tiba pop, meletup power gila. And then orang follow Facebook dia. It so started with Facebook actually. Siapa yang tahu, siapa yang dah trading lama, dia orang tahu benda ni. Okay, dia update dia punya story, dia update dia punya trading dekat Facebook. Time tu dia still tunjuk muka dia apa semua. Back then she wasn't that famous macam sekarang. Alright, tiba-tiba dia macam out of nowhere tau. Dira ni, dia punya famous dia tu just meletup tiba-tiba. And then macam Mina ni datang di mana? Power gila babi. Okay, if you guys want to know, Dira, when she learn from her mentor and founder, I think more than 3-4 years, maybe so much longer, I think 7 years, dia punya mentor paksa dia untuk trade demo account sahaja for so long sampai dia power, untuk ajar dia disiplin and bagi dia rasa betapa susahnya, peritnya untuk trading ni, so that dia tak buang duit dekat benda lain. Okay, I think at least minimum 2 to 3 years dia hanya trade demo account just to get good at it. Okay, and again, this is coming from a source that is reliable, and kalau my trading friend tu bagi tahu I kalau benda ni is tipu, maknanya I pun tipu you guys lah malam ni. But wallahu alam. But again, I think that is quite true. Okay, I think that is quite true, because dalam story Dira, dia ada cakap banyak kali yang she was under a very a stressing phase in her life when she learned to trade. And I don't think it's not possible that her mentor paksa dia supaya jangan pakai real account pun, just trade je lah demo account sampai power dulu, baru trade real account. Okay, and that is the powerful maknanya betul lah. Okay, then it's true. Okay, so again, this is how, I just want to tell you guys, learning mode 8 tahun exactly. So this is the powerful impact of demo account. Please jangan underestimate demo account. Demo account ni, when you know what to do with it, it is the most powerful thing that a trader can has. Okay, it is the most powerful thing that a trader can use. So if you guys want to be different than most of the traders out there, especially in Malaysia, we have so many traders yang if you guys want to be different, then start act differently. Okay, start act differently. Can use Evernote tak? Okay, for me, jangan pakai software nota apa semua ni. It's not gonna be the same. Okay, it's not gonna be the same. Get a physical book where you can carry around. Okay, where you can carry around. Why? Because it's something that you can hold on and is tangible within your sight. Okay, maknanya kalau sebelum tidur pun you boleh buka buku nota tu. I faham that our phone is the most closest thing to us right now in this era, but there's something about books that digital thing cannot do. Alright, which is the tangible feeling of actually writing something on a piece of paper. Yeah, so that's the most that's the thing about demo account that I really stress out to all of the people, not just to my students, to all of you guys yang join webinar Wednesday, for public people that stop by to my channel Internal Facts, to Instagram Internal Facts. I selalu nyanyi benda ni, which is demo account. Okay, so demo account ni very important. Dia akan membantu kita sangat-sangat banyak. And kalau kita, but you need to know how. Okay, you need to know how to use demo account properly, and I have shown you the way tonight. So how to do demo account properly is get a book, do a trading journal. Okay, try to start fresh. Okay, if you guys cannot start today, start tomorrow. If you guys cannot start tomorrow, then start next week, start on Monday next week. Okay, please just try to do this. Kalau you guys tak ada duit untuk masuk kelas, you guys tak ada but you guys want to do something with trading, you guys want to start to do something with trading, try to do this. Okay, buat nota apa semua ni, it's a new thing. Okay, when you start something new, something fresh, you will macam New Year resolution lah. So you akan ada semangat apa semua, but just keep the momentum going. Okay, and the only way to keep the momentum going is when you have results. And how do you want to see results is you kena ada demo account. Okay, so bila you ada demo account, you akan nampak bila biru tu, you akan happy lah. So of course you akan close, and then you akan update your trading journal. Alright, and then bila you lost, that is the time when the market is humbling you down, and the market is telling you to stop and look back. Okay, stop and look back and try to find out what is your mistakes. What are the things that you were doing? Kenapa you rush certain things? Okay, and trust me, kalau you buat trading journal, you akan minimize untuk trading, you akan minimize untuk entry bukan-bukan. Apa maksud entry bukan-bukan ni? Ialah bagi I, entry bukan-bukan ni ialah entry tak ada reason. Okay, you buka MT4, buka daily, tengok tarik satu trend line, you rasa macam oh ni boleh buy ni, okay lah aku buy lah, and then you buy. Okay, which is for me is not right. It's not just not right, dia adalah wrong. Why? Because for me, a trader should only make an entry when they have a reason that is as concrete as at least minimum 2 confluences, 2 to 3 confluences. Okay, so kenapa bila orang tanya kenapa, apa yang membezakan trader yang berjaya dengan tak, trader yang tak berjaya ni diorang akan komplain benda yang sama. Macam alamak, kenapa aku tak power trading ni, asyik loss je ni. Tapi diorang tak nak tengok benda apa yang diorang buat silap, benda yang sama yang diorang ulang. Okay, untuk trader yang berjaya, selagi tak ada confluencer, selagi tak ada reason, selagi tak ada concrete quality setup, diorang tak akan entry. Biarlah kalau orang cakap, oh kenapa aku tak masuk tu semalam, aku dapat 100 pip. Biarlah, aku tak nampak setup semalam tu, biarlah aku cari setup aku sendiri. You know, please jangan rasa nak kena kejar-kejar benda ni. The moment you start chasing in trading, the moment you start to have fear of missing out ataupun FOMO, you will lose a lot of money. Okay, but try to enjoy of missing out. Okay, joy of missing out. You try to enjoy that you are different than most people. Kalau orang lain entry goal semalam sell 200 pip pun, you akan dengan tenang jawab kat dia, so what? Aku nak cari setup lain. So what? You know, biar dengan tenangnya kita happy ketinggalan. Biar kita happy. Asalkan kita happy ketinggalan, asalkan kita dapat entry yang benda tu bukan daripada signal orang, benda tu daripada kita punya analisa, And kalau kita punya analisa sendiri, kalau kita dapat 50 pip pun kita dah cukup happy dah. Betul tak? I berani bet dalam semua orang yang join malam ni, kalau you guys pernah analisa sendiri dapat 40 pip pun, dia lagi happy daripada you follow signal dapat 100 pip. Betul tak? Okay? Because when you do something by yourself, it's just different, and you will feel so much appreciative towards something that you have put your sweat and effort into. So you imagine, you buat benda-benda ni, trading journal apa semua ni, your own sweat and effort. You will get so much more satisfaction of doing it. And this is how I tell my students that you can materialize your effort to be a profitable trader. Okay, if you're not a professional trader, then be a profitable trader. Alright, so if you want to and if you want to be a profitable trader, you have to act professionally. Okay, because trading ni bukan main-main. There's no such thing as main forex. It's trading, and it's such a tedious thing to do. You have to learn the technique. You have to understand what the market is doing. You have to know why price action are reacting a certain way. Okay, and it's very tiring thing to keep on doing the same thing, tarik trend line yang sama tapi still tak dapat duit, still lost. Okay, but the moment you get your own rhythm, the moment you get your own craft, okay, that's when your trading will be giving you so much satisfaction. You akan rasa happy gila babas. Okay, you akan rasa happy yang tersangat-sangat, walaupun 10-40 pip tak banyak pun, but you akan rasa happy sangat-sangat and satisfied with it. Okay, so that's about trading journal yang for tonight, yang lama ke I cakap pasal trading journal ni kan. So I hope you guys get something from tonight's session. Hari ni, malam ni tak ada yang orang yang baru, so that's why kita sembang santai je malam ni. Kalau ada orang yang baru, kita akan repeat chapter 1, which is trend mastery. Sekejap minum sikit. Okay, so with trading journal, benda yang comes in hand is money management. Okay, it's a money management, which is apa ni? Oh, okay. So which is money management. Ini is ini no brainer punya money management lah. Ni paling simple You pakai $100, you buka lot 1 sen, $1,000 10 sen, $10,000 $1, $100,000 is $10. But even macam ni pun sebenarnya it's not the right money management. Kalau macam kalau $1,000 ni maximum 10 sen, sometimes I akan buka macam 5 sen je. Okay, 5 sen ataupun 7 sen macam tu lah. Okay, try to lower it down and find a quality entry so that you guys can grow your account. And after money management, you guys need to have risk management. Okay, so benda ni siapa yang dah pernah join webinar ni akan tahu benda ni, which is risk management, yang my guide yang most of the time professional traders are using these rules, ataupun prop traders are using this rule. Okay, proprietary trading, diorang akan guna this rule to monitor their proprietary traders, which is kalau dalam masa satu hari you nak trading, okay, you are only allowed to risk or lose your capital for only 5% in one day. Okay, this is a very tight rules kalau you nak jadi this is proprietary trading punya rules lah. Maknanya kalau you nak, if you want to be a hedge fund manager or what not, this is the rules that they're using. Okay, satu hari maximum loss you only 5%. Okay, and kalau and the whole time you're trading for a month, you are only allowed to lose 10% of total of your capital. Because if you're losing more than 10% of your capital, usually they akan stop out dekat situ. They will review your what we call that, performance, and most of the time they akan suruh you stop trading lah. Okay, you akan lose the ability to trade for the fund. Okay, so maximum total loss is only 10%. So this is how strict a professional trader manage their risk. Okay, so kalau you guys yang ada kat luar sana yang still lost 20%, 30% dekat your account and then masih lagi buka money management yang tak jaga margin yang besar, you guys are not trading, you guys are gambling. Okay, this is straight to the point. I cakap direct dekat muka terus, so that you guys know what you're doing. Okay, and this is one of the reason why for those yang Islam, for those yang Muslim, this is the reason why Allah tak bagi you rezeki kat trading, sebab all this while you are gambling, you are not trading. Okay, you tak ada SOP, you tak ada risk management, and hence making you losing a lot more money than gaining. Okay, so kalau daily dah lost 5% of your capital, you should stop trading and start fresh tomorrow. That is one thing. Bila dah lost je, you kena stop. Okay, you do not overtrade. Okay, kalau you follow Dira pun, Dira pernah cakap one of the most common enemies in trading for traders are overtrading. Okay, sebab tu I bagi you formula tadi untuk buat trading journal. Tak perlu banyak pun. Okay, cari 3 pair. Seminggu cari 3 pair and carilah 3 entry. Okay, and just cari 3 entry and just do the entries and you will learn from it. Tak perlu buat banyak pun. But this 3 entry ni you kena is the quality one. Maknanya you cari yang quality betul-betul punya. That bila you entry ni either you win, kalau loss pun you will learn from it. Okay, so mostly that's the thing. Something about a successful trader is not about diorang masuk entry confirm menang, confirm win lose or win trade tau. It's actually that the moment they want to make an entry, they only entry based on quality setups. Okay, so kalau for the week you lost 10% of your capital, you should stop trading for the week and start fresh next week, or find only 1 to 2 quality setups untuk your next entry. So this will teach you the discipline that you can only entry based on the quality setup. Okay, so stop gambling your capital in the hope of having a quick return to cover your losses. A loss is a loss. Treat your account like a real business. Okay, so this is risk management. And in fact, kalau macam ni, you dah lost 10% of your capital, you should start next week. Kalau you are a trader from a hedge fund manager or whatnot dekat US atau Singapore, if you have lost 10% of your capital, they probably fire you, or you should just leave the firm. Okay, so this is account management. Alright, account management, this is how I pecahkan my account. Okay, you this one is an advice that I follow from my mentor. Okay, which is one account to buy. Only have one account just to only buy. Satu account ni untuk buy saja. Okay, kalau you tengah ada buy dekat gold, you nak sell, you jangan sell dekat account sama, pergi cari kat account yang sell. Okay, have another account just to sell. Alright, why? Because why you separate buying and selling account is that when you have a direction just to buy and when your buying is in a swing position, so kalau you nak intraday to sell, if the intraday is wrong, okay, if the intraday is wrong, at least it doesn't affect your emotion towards the buying position that you are still holding. Faham tak maksud tu? Okay, maknanya kalau you tengah buy, you tengah swing daripada bawah, and then you nak masuk sell untuk intraday, untuk sell sekejap, untuk sell sikit kan, untuk hedge, untuk sell sikit. So katalah sell you tu salah, tiba-tiba dia pancut lagi, sekurang-kurangnya benda tu dia takkan affect emotion you yang tengah ada position buy daripada bawah tadi. So you should just focus on buy. So bila you sell dekat another account, kalau account sell you tu SL, tak kisah, tak apa lah. So you takkan nak emosi you tak terganggu dekat account yang asal dekat asal position entry you yang paling bawah tu, yang you nak swing buy. Hello, boleh dengar tak? Testing, boleh dengar tak? Sebab Zoom ni ada problem. Okay, dengar alright, and then one more account ialah account yang tak jaga margin, okay, ataupun high risk. Bukan account full margin, dia tak jaga margin je. Maknanya untuk you guys account hentak. Tapi account hentak ni ada juga syarat-syarat dia. I pernah explain before ni, tapi I tak cukup masa nak explain hari ni. Banyak sangat. Kita pun ada lagi 5 minit je nak habis. Account yang tak jaga margin ni kita buka kecil. Okay, simple. Untuk cut things short, macam mana nak ada account tak jaga margin ni ialah macam ni. Okay, katalah you ada $1,000, you are willing to risk 10% of that amount. Okay, so $100 you keluarkan. Okay, another $900 you 400.5 dekat account buy, 400.5 dekat account sell. Okay, so itu you jaga margin and everything, you very quality setup. You just tunggu. Okay, you buy and sell properly based on your risk management and also money management. Okay, so the balance yang $100 tu, okay, you masukkan dekat account yang tak jaga margin, which is high risk. And account yang tak jaga margin and high risk ni, you are going to train yourself, okay, untuk practice cari quality setups only. Ini very penting, quality setups only. Maknanya 3 ke 4 confluences is minimum for you to make an entry dekat high risk account. Okay, so bila you ada $100, you buka lah 5 sen ke 7 sen ke, with a very slim SL, untuk you cari quality setup yang jenis yang zero float ni, so that you can compound your account faster. Okay, but again, account yang high risk doesn't mean it is a full margin account. There's no such thing as full margin. Dalam Tenang FX, I takkan ajar full margin. It's not the right way. And untuk main high risk pun, there is a cara. Ada cara untuk main high risk. Ada cara, ada tertib dia, ada adab dia yang kita kena follow. Kalau tidak, nanti kita sakit. Alright. And satu lagi, and the last one is account untuk trial and error, which is demo account. Zoom ada problem. Dari tadi dia auto lift memang pun. Sebab kalau you guys perasan, Zoom baru je somewhere this week, diorang ada problem dengan, diorang ada data breach. Ada orang jual diorang punya data from people yang dapat diorang punya video conference apa semua. So memang ada problem, diorang tengah update sistem. That's the problem. Okay, so but then again, I punya webinar ni is nothing much, so I tak kisah pun, so just pakai Zoom. Okay, so the last one is account untuk the trial and error ataupun demo account. Account untuk trial and error ni you boleh juga pakai real account, but for me, what for? Okay, tak payah, just pakai demo account, but treat your demo account like your real account to practice how to control your emotion. So yang ni, okay, yang ni adalah wajib untuk yang baru belajar. Okay, bila you dah lepas this phase, baru you buat 3 account ni. Okay, yang ni adalah phase yang pertama untuk orang yang baru belajar ataupun yang masih belum consistent trading. Just do this, buat trading journal dan sebagainya yang I cerita tadi. Kemudian you dah settle buat benda ni sebulan, 2 bulan, 3 bulan, buatlah setahun, 2 tahun, tak kisah, based on how your consistency is. After that, baru you buat benda ni, which is depositing real money in the trading account. Okay, so penat penat bercakap. So that's all for tonight. Kita cover trading journal, kita cover account management, kita jaga risk management. Okay, so I would like to take the last 2 minutes of this just again to, for those of you guys who are interested or who wanted to find out about my trading courses, this is our syllabus. Okay, so this is our syllabus. For e-video, you guys can see, untuk e-video you guys akan dapat semua ni, you guys akan belajar semua topik ni kecuali yang warna merah. Okay, yang warna merah ni only untuk PC saja, because PC harga dia mahal sikit, tapi warna merah ni is a very powerful technique that you guys can do in your PC and berbaloi. Berbaloi. Okay, Hassan Halim is one of my newest student. Dia baru je buat PC dengan I a few days ago, and alhamdulillah, he get a lot of new things from PC. PC is more than everything. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys want to know, 90% of my 90% of my syllabus ada dalam video. Tapi that the last 10% dalam PC yang warna merah ni is topik yang sangat-sangat powerful that you guys, I rasa kat luar sana memang tak ada orang ajar cara yang I ajar PC ni. Okay, yang which is topik merah ni. So kita ada seminit lagi. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for you guys who join for tonight's session. Tengah-tengah busy malam-malam pun join untuk ambil ilmu. So again, siapa yang belum subscribe to YouTube Tenang FX, and for those of you who want to know more about my courses, you can DM me dekat Instagram. Okay, so assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. ada tu ada record, nanti tu upload insyaallah.